Hello and welcome once again to Appliance Master Live. Today, as usual, to my left is Kari and our new good friend, I believe his name is Ernie. Ernie, is that right? I guess he just got stage fright, I guess. How are you, Kari?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Bill?
Pretty good. 3 days till Christmas.
Yeah, 3 days for Christmas. We're all pretty excited.
Shopping done,
in the
presents
appliance
wrapped.
world.
Yep. So
leading up to Christmas, one of the big things that tend to go wrong are appliances. And the one thing we wanted to address were a couple common problems that people run into right around the holidays or get-togethers. Number one being the ice maker and the refrigerator.
yeah.
So we had a couple questions submitted by our customers the last couple weeks, so we wanted to address those. The first one is, my ice maker stopped making ice and I'm having a holiday gathering tomorrow. Is there something that I can do or check to get it working again?
Well, yes. Yeah, there are a few simple things that you can check. Just, I have a picture here. This is one of the most common ice makers that's out there. And there's a lot, even if it's not this exact one, they're fairly similar. The number one simplest thing to fix on this ice maker is this arm that's here. It's like the shut-off arm. Like right now, when it's down, that's in the on position. The ice maker should run. But for whatever reason, people reach in and, accidentally flip it up. The thing flips up and it'll lock all the way at the top. So if it's flipped up, it's just turned off. So if you go in there and put it back down, that should be, should start working. However, if that doesn't solve your problem, I brought in an actual ice maker. Without this one, the new ones don't come with the arm, so that's gone. But what I was going to, in the back here, if you can see this, in the back through here is where it fills with water. So water is introduced into the freezer, into the mold, and it's when it's full, it shuts off. But sometimes that fill tube will have a slow trickle. A couple drops will come in, and the fill tube will freeze. Like it'll freeze in the tube and then eventually block. And then again, it could even make an ice buildup on top of the ice maker, so preventing it from cycling and preventing it from getting new water. So if that's your case, you can try to clear it away. The ice maker is mounted by these two bolts in the back. So you can leave it mounted in the freezer and try to clean off the top and clean off that tube best you can. And probably while you're doing that, it may cycle, it may start to run, and you can watch it complete the cycle and fill up. So even though you may clear that ice blockage and temporarily start to work, that's something that's probably going to reoccur. But hopefully it'll get you through your party to at least make some ice. All right? So that's your ice maker.
Yeah, and I know that over the years I've heard a couple technicians say that some customers have even, when you're packing your freezer, getting ready for the big parties, you might stick some stuff in the ice maker part, especially if it's a front door, and you could accidentally put the arm or turn off the ice maker altogether unintentionally.
Yeah, well, sure. People are in and out all the time, and they're taking items in and out. And
I was just going to say,
inadvertently they can shut it off, but that's again not a big deal. And that's a simple fix that everybody should know about. However, ice makers inside this ice maker, there is a thermostat that of course ice freezes at around 32 degrees. However, the ice maker won't cycle until much colder. So, sometimes around 0, 5 degrees, 10 degrees, there are some variations, but it's a lot colder than freezing. So if your freezer is a little warmer than it should be, the refrigerator could seem cold, the freezer items could seem hard, but the ice maker not working. What the number one cause of that would probably be, something we've talked about before is, a dirty condenser coil. Here's a shot of a dirty condenser. You see the condenser coil brings room air across it to cool it off, but of course, in everybody's room, there's dust. And again, this looks like just dust, but if you have pets, dogs or long-haired, you're going to see a lot of pet hair too. So that condenser coil being dirty is going to not enable the refrigerator to remove its heat, which may be a little less efficient, what might be just enough to make your ice maker not work. And if you're an ice cream fan, your ice cream might be a little softer too. So things to look out for. So
would you say that's like a common cause for the fridge or freezer not to be working properly? Would be a dirty condenser?
Happens a lot, yeah. And again, we don't typically notice it this time of year, but we run into this a lot when the weather gets hotter. When those first warm, 80 degree days in May, that's when we see a rash of these, because it's just a little hotter and can't release the heat. But it can also happen any time of year. Again, and
yeah,
so
that's one of the more
clean
popular routine maintenance things that our technicians will perform on a refrigerator.
And this is just, this is a different refrigerator, but it's just a clean condenser coil. This looks something like that. So those are easy fixes that you should look out for.
And then would you recommend anything else that someone could troubleshoot before having a technician come out, especially like getting close to the holidays over the next couple weeks?
I don't know.
Or tighter?
Not really. There's not a lot of other things you can do to your refrigerator, as far as breakdowns. Those are maintenance things. The way people in your home use the refrigerator, the way they pack food, the way they get dirty. Other breakdowns are going to be a little bit more complicated, and then that's what we're here for. We're here to send them out quickly. And a lot of also refrigerators. A lot of common problems are with the self-defrost system. So self-defrost is going to periodically, once, twice a day or more, the freezer, will shut down, and it'll melt the frost that's built up in the freezer section. If that cycle is not occurring, the frost builds up, and just like a dirty condenser, the air vents inside the refrigerator get blocked, so it can't circulate air. So sometimes you might see frost on the back wall or see frost in different places, but again, that frost, where it is and how much it is, helps the technician diagnose the problem accurately and quickly. So it's better to get us there fast, see what the problem is, so we can diagnose it properly, get it repaired fast. So I would say, aside from those two things, and you can always call us. You can call us and
like you could give us a call, 800-752-7123.
Well, I also
website.
Yeah, so like right now, it looks like you're developing frost on the top of your head there. Like, don't let that build up. So that might be a problem. You might need a service call. All right.
Well, thanks again, everyone, for tuning in and watching our videos. We hope you have very happy holidays the next couple of weeks, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to visit our website, submit any questions on this video. We'll be more than happy to answer them, or call one of our technicians to come over for an appointment.
Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week for our 100th episode.
Yes.